to focus on is the word tika. Yesh tika means have hope. There is hope. Tikva, where does that word even come from? It comes from the root word kava, which means to twist. It means to strengthen. It refers to a cord that cannot be broken. So back in the day, the story of Rahab, if you remember, when the two spies, Joshua and Caleb, were going into the promised land, and they ran into Rahab, and Rahab being the prostitute, and they made a deal so that when they came back to conquer the promised land, they came back to conquer Jericho, that they would put a cord out. Rahab would put a red cord out of her window, and that way, when the Israelites came into Jericho, they would keep Rahab safe, right? But it was a red cord. In Hebrew, the language is very, it paints a picture, like I've said before. So a cord is not only something you can see, but a cord is something you can hold on to. So it was this visual picture that Rahab, she had to wait, which is the root word for kava. It means to wait on. It means to wait upon or wait for something. So oftentimes with hope, we have to wait. Who do we wait for? What are we waiting on? What are we waiting upon? It's a good question. In our Western world, we wait for our situation to change. We wait for a miracle to happen with this virus. We wait for things to open back up again. We wait for anything. You wait for a child. You wait for a marriage. You wait to get rich. You wait to get out of debt. Whatever it is, we wait for something, and that's our situation. But in the biblical world, and this is why I start jumping around because I get excited, we wait upon a divine strength. That's what hope refers to. And so God gives us this picture with the word tikva of a cord. So we hold on, literally we hold on to this cord sent down from heaven, a lot like these shrimping boats behind me. They have to have a cord to throw those nets out in order to make a catch. God always catches us. So hope for us biblically is about having divine hope, divine courage, divine promise in somebody who is so much bigger than ourselves. Hope. Remember I told you that every letter in the Hebrew alphabet has a story behind it, has a picture behind it. Well, the letter for D is called Dalet. Dalet looks just like this. It's two lines, and in the ancient language, when they used it as pictures, it symbolized a door, a tent door, if you will. So which shows that hope, when you have hope, it's a choice. It's not something that just happens. We have to choose to hope. So the ancients would use this letter to signify closing and opening the door. You can open the door to hoping for your dreams to come true and hoping in somebody so much bigger than you. Or you can keep the door of your tent closed. Hope is a choice. Dalet begins as the first letter of the word dot, which is the word for religion. Literally, dot means the door of the cross. Now let me show you how powerful the Hebrew language is, and that Jesus is a part of the whole entire alphabet. But I'm just going to give you a glimpse of it today. Dot, the door of the cross. Revelations 3:14, Jesus says this: "Behold, I have been standing at the door, and I am knocking. If someone would hear my voice and would open the door, then I will enter to him, and I will dine with him, and he with me. The one who conquers, I will give him permission to sit with me on my throne. So I also conquered and sat with my Father on his throne. The one who has ears must now listen to what the Spirit is saying to the congregation." In other words, it was hidden that Jesus is the door, not only to your salvation, but Jesus is the door to our hope. Shalom.